There's a hero for us back there. It's good to be here. It isn't unique because 12 years ago we founded this council, and I was the founder of Mid-City West, so I'm the reason that you're here, and for better or for worse. And one of the things that pleased me about the founding of this council is that we didn't begin with an organization that already existed, it was already in place, already had an agenda. We started with one phone call to another person, to another person, to another person, to Steve Kramer, to Jim Sullivan, and so on, until we had the beginning of a neighborhood council. And in June of 2002, we were certified, but we started a year before the certification and actually elected officers and met and conducted meetings before we were ever certified. So many of the people in this group and this council have been around doing this stuff for a long time. I know I only have a couple of minutes, but the reason I agreed to come in the first place is because I want to see if I can convince you that what you're doing here is important. Neighborhood councils are democracy at the grassroots level. And the work that you're doing and the responsibility that you're assuming is important. It's not a new concept. Joel Wax had the idea in 1992, made it a part of his campaign when he was running for mayor. In '96, he made the motion that started neighborhood council. It was passed by city council, and then became a part of the charter. In '98, '99, charter reform committees were created, and the charter that was approved by the public in 1999, the linchpin for that charter was neighborhood councils. Had the support of the mayor, because they were looking for something really sexy to get people to come vote for the charter and approve the charter. And the Mayor Reardon was really interested in the changes in the charter that gave the mayor's office more power, allowed him to appoint all the department heads and so on. But he didn't think that was going to get charter passed, but the idea of neighborhood council seemed like a good idea, and it was, because the percentage of approval on that charter vote is greater than either of the elections that elected your current mayor. Do any of you know what the four things are that the charter mandates for neighborhood councils to do? Yeah? Let me remind you quickly. The charter, in the first place, says that neighborhood councils are created to promote civic engagement. So keep in mind, this is what you're here for, to promote civic engagement, to be a voice for the stakeholders in the community, to advise City Hall, to monitor the delivery of services or oversee the performance of City Hall, and to work with the mayor on the budget. Those are the four things. And you actually have on your books somewhere a standing rule that a board previously yours approved that says that you can't spend any money in this council unless the reason for the expenditure is related to one of those four things. So it's important in relation to your bylaws and standing rules that you know what the four things are. But secondly, that's the reason you come here every week, is to provide a voice for the people in the community. Neighborhood councils are a participatory democracy, not a representative democracy. That means that you're just facilitators here for the people in the community. You need to know what it is they have to say and deliver the message. That's what councils were created to do, not to elect you to come take your agenda somewhere to deliver it. Joel Wax, when he created councils, said, people have become cynical, they don't trust City Hall, and they don't believe that anybody is listening anymore. And that's the reason neighborhood councils were created, and it's the reason you come here every day to do this work. Welcome, congratulations.
Ken was on the board when I came on the board and gave that explanation to me, and it was for me what was going on. We also have with us another